Hey guys, I'm Rachel O'Leary and it's time for a Tuesday tip. You know, I get asked a lot how I have success with my planted aquariums despite taking a very low-tech approach. And the answer is pretty simple: patience. It took over a year and a half for the carpet to grow in on my little crystal red nano that I've shown you guys a few times downstairs. And I'll put a link to that here for you guys to refresh your memory. The reality is I'm not doing anything special. I'm picking plants that generally do well. I try and pick them based on their scale for the aquarium and the inhabitants. And, you know, I'm very much a keep it simple, stupid person. Now, this tank was a bit of a departure for me because I did choose some plants that are a little bit more demanding, specifically the hairgrass. And I really wasn't sure how it would work out at all. So far, so good. I'm getting new runners, but this is where the patience really kicks in. I'm running out of it. I want to see more growth. While cleaning my fish room the other day, I came across this little CO2 kit. You know, I've never really bothered with pressurized CO2, but I think I might give it a go on this tank. So I need your guys' opinions. Do you think I should do that? This says it's for 15 to 40 gallons. Am I going to make a massive mistake putting it on a little 5-gallon spec? Let me know below what you think. But I'm pretty tempted to try it. Right now I'm not dosing any fertilizers in this tank. I'm just doing about 15 to 20% water change every 10 days. As I've mentioned in the setup video for this, I haven't had a tank in my living room for a long time. And that's because they're way too easy for me to neglect. I mean, I turn on the lights when I get up in the morning and I turn out the lights when my kids go to bed at night, but that's really pretty much it. Now, I have dosed Excel maybe a handful of times. And I'm not sure that it's done anything because I've been so inconsistent. But I've had a lot of patience, and the hydrocodal has grown in really well. The buces are settling in, the fern looks good. I'm not really having any algae issues. In fact, I haven't even had to clean the glass on this tank, not on the inside anyway. I've stocked it with some blue Neocaridina shrimp, which are pretty lovely, and I'll show you in a minute. And everything is fine, you know, and if I have some patience, it will all grow in over time, but I'm pretty impatient to see that hairgrass do something more. So let's take a closer look at this tank and I'll tell you what I think I would like to see happen. So as you guys can see with this close-up, everything looks pretty good. That little sprig of the hydrocodal I put in there has spread across the tank. I actually have had to trim that a few times. I like how it's infiltrating the wood. The buces are doing well. There's one there, one over there. This is my narrow leaf Java fern, which is an excellent plant for a small low-tech planted aquarium. Some Anubias Nana Petite, which is very good. You can see one of the blue shrimp in the background there. There's a couple of my blue shrimp. They look beautiful. Doing quite well in there. And here's some of the hairgrass. And you can see it's starting to send out runners and it looks really healthy. And I'm pretty shocked that it hasn't become infiltrated with any hair algae. I'm sure the shrimp are helping a little bit on that, but you know, if I was running pressurized CO2, I have a feeling that this would be filling in a heck of a lot quicker. Now, I'm kind of nervous to use pressurized CO2 because it's not in my comfort zone, but I think it would be of real benefit to this tank. Shrimp are an especially good choice for these specs. Now, the way I've aquascaped this tank has made it a bit challenging to actually maintain. All this jumble of driftwood means it's really difficult to get a vacuum to the bottom of the tank or even scrape the glass, so I'm really happy that I haven't had to do a whole lot of either. Now, I did use my chopstick trick in the substrate just so that I didn't get any buildup detritus, but so far so good. All in all, I think it's a pretty lovely little tank, and I'm really pleased with how it's doing so far. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my Tuesday tips and my Sunday species spotlights. Don't forget to stop by my Facebook as well as my website, msjinx.com, where you can find my upcoming speaking engagements, my current stock list, and information on all things nano. As always, if you guys have any questions or suggestions, let me know below. And don't forget to tell me what you think about setting up this CO2 kit.